Hello, I'm Ashley Cross, and this is my final presentation for Persuasive Communication. I run a photography business that specializes in branding and family photography, and I'm always working to build my clientele as we're military, and so we move a lot, and I lose that clientele base quite frequently, either because we are moving or because they are moving. So the following 5 principles or theories will be effective in helping me grow. The 5 that I have chosen to focus on today are source credibility, self-perception theory, principle of reciprocity, contrast principle, and social proof. So Daryl Bem's self-perception theory states that people determine their attitude and preferences by looking at past behavior. By engaging with past customers through email and phone calls, I can play on this theory by pointing out that the client has used my services in the past, and therefore it is beneficial currently or in the future. This is not something that I actively do because usually I lose a lot of my clients. So the ones that are close and still based around us typically reach out. So this is something that I need to do better. It's especially important for the small businesses branding and marketing, as those businesses are always looking for new ways to develop content and grow. And it's a logical connection between their attitude about the past session and behavior for repeat bookings. The next one that I'm going to talk about is Carl Hovland's source credibility. And this is just the idea that source credibility can influence persuasion and attitudes because credibility is the persuasive cue. So it's the audience's perception of the source's trustworthiness and expertise. One thing that I have not been very good at is developing this through social media and utilizing photos of myself and really trying to build that perception online. So by utilizing more videos and imagery of myself along with informative industry knowledge, I can build more source credibility and persuade others to utilize my services. This will be especially helpful in building more brand awareness, which leads me to the theory of social proof. So Cialdini's theory of social proof will also be a vital framework to utilize as I grow, because the theory of social proof simply states that we use other people's actions to determine our behavior. By incorporating more reviews and testimonials on both my website, social media pages, I can play into this theory. And it'll also be important as I develop content for other small businesses and encourage them to seek out reviews or user-generated content that can be shared. The principle of reciprocity is a little different tactic than those previously mentioned. Kunz's principle of reciprocity is simply the idea that we have this psychological desire to give back to people that give to us. So a few ways that I think I can use this is giving out a cookie at the beginning of a session, which seems kind of silly, but when you have kids, this is a good form of bribery. It's also a way to get people to warm up to you, and including an extra print. So after they order, they have prints that are already coming to them. But what I like to do is throw in a few extra things, and I find that that really brings people back. And I want to increase that as I move forward, because I feel like that will be helpful. Cialdini's contrast principle will be especially helpful as I'm in the booking stages with clients. And while I walk through package options or creating custom packages for their needs, the contrast principle, which states that perception is relative, and by presenting a more expensive item first influences purchase behavior. So when I present packages to clients, I should be presenting the larger or higher price package first, which is not something that I'm doing, and then offer additional options like prints or single digital files that are less value after that. If I present the less expensive package to them, or just hey, this is a quick session, the contrast is not influential, and the more expensive package packages just seem more expensive. So this is something that I feel will be really important as I am working through the bookings. And in conclusion, by utilizing the principle of reciprocity, social proof, contrast principle, source credibility, and self-perception theory, Ashley Cross Photography will see growth in clientele and brand awareness. Thanks for listening.